You could be a 40-year-old singer, and
Yeah.
it's just like you just don't got it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, how do you voice that? Like, how did you, like, when you mean, going back to the topic of, like, you wasting your time, right? What is the characteristic that you just say, like, nah, this ain't it?
If I feel like I'm forcing it, if it feels like, man, I'm, or if I feel like it's just not good, you know what I mean? I'm normally non-confrontational, right? By nature, I'm just a non-confrontational person. But when it comes to my art and when it comes to being creative, there's a threshold, you know what I'm saying? Where I'm feeling like, if I could sing it better than you, and granted, I mean, I sing a little bit. I do when I write my songs, but I don't consider myself an artist by no means, right? If I can sing it better than you, then why are you here? And that's kind of like where I'm at with it. When I get to that place, like, all right, we've exercised our time here, man. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? And because it don't matter. I've tried to do things for money. I've tried to do things like, okay, they're paying me whatever to work with this kid or work with this guy or whatever. And I had a situation, right, I can think about right now. I don't want to name the artist. I'm not going to do that. But I have the situation some years ago with this artist. And, the label was kind of like, oh, he's the next Usher or whatever, right? And I remember the A&R was like, yeah, because, Usher's not really a good singer like that. And I was like, what? You know what I mean? I was like, are we talking about Usher Raymond IV? We're talking about, you know what I mean?
Usher.
Like, I said,
My way?
Yeah, I was like,
come on.
So I knew off rip that this session was about to be terrible, because if the A&R is leading with that, I'm like, we not talking about the same Usher. You know what I mean? And I remember me saying that, like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
But then he brings the artist in, and the artist was just, he was about fame. He wasn't really about the artistry of inside the studio. He wasn't talented. He already had the starter kit on with, the jewelry and it was just, and I was like, bro, you ain't put one song out yet. Like, why? Well, who gave you, Yeah. And, and I remember, we got through the first session, but I remember saying, like, this guy is trash, and I would never work with him again. And then some kind of way, maybe about a year or so later, they booked him with JD. And I get a call, like, yo, JD got, you and JD got a session, they're cool. And I go to the session, and it's him. And I'm like,
You again.
So I'll never forget this. We write, me and Jermaine write a song. I think we might have wrote it with Jonte. And Jermaine leaves. He's like, okay, yeah, you got it, right? So now I'm back in the driver's seat producing this guy who I said I would never produce again because he was terrible. And this is when I was drinking Hennessy. So I just started downing. I had a rental give me a bottle of Hennessy, and I started downing, just drinking Hennessy, because this dude was just that terrible. So I'm like, I gotta get through this some kind of way. And I remember by the time Jermaine came back, I'm a half bottle in, and I'm like screaming at the top of my lungs, like, get this right. I'm like, yo, you can't be this whack.
Yeah.
Jermaine's like, oh, that's enough. Pull him out.
Get him out of there.
Get him out of here. It's enough. You know what I'm saying? So I just learned to just not put myself in them kind of situations no more. If I'm not feeling it, if you're not moved. Yeah, if I meet an artist and especially we get a chance to get into a session and it's not working.
Now the golden question is that artist known now?
No, I mean he had one record.
Okay.
Yeah, he had one record. He's not in the business anymore, but he had one record.
Wow.